Going into judging knowing that my plate is a hot mess is the worst feeling.
Okay, all of you, well done. Chinese, it's not in everyone's wheelhouse, but it is the most popular across the US. And by the look of things, we've got some absolute delights. Well done. Are we ready to taste, Nyesha?
Yes.
Richard? Let's start on the top floor. What happened here?
So this chef actually had to throw his dish onto the platform, so the presentation was obviously ruined.
Damn.
So we have here a pan-roasted duck. This is with a stir-fried noodle.
The actual duck is cooked beautifully. It's pink. It's a great shame because I'd love to have seen this dish before it hit that platform because it's got the makings of a winning dish.
Are my flavors enough to keep me from going to elimination? I'm sweating, I don't know.
Next up, we have a stir-fried udon noodle with steamed monkfish.
Noodles delicious, really delicious.
The steamed fish just didn't cook quite long enough.
Next up, we have a sweet and sour chicken.
All my favorites.
The flavors packed into the dish itself and great texture.
Delicious.
Next up here, we have a pork and shrimp stir-fried noodle.
This looks like an expensive dish in a fancy Chinese restaurant for sure.
Delicious. I love the pork, really beautiful.
Here we have a kumquat glazed Mongolian beef.
I think I'm a Mongolian meat connoisseur, but I've never tasted something this good.
This thing is just on a different level. Whoever's cooked this dish tonight, there's a connect somewhere that is evident on the plate because delicious, really good.
My mentor would be so proud. He taught me how to develop those flavors. In a very tender moment in my career, leaving my baby at 4 months to get back in the kitchen. So I finally feel like, you know what, it has been worth it.
Shall we go on to the middle floor? This is a sea bass marinated. It's finished with a edamame bean salad and a sauce.
The fish
Undercooked.
barely cooked at best.
It doesn't necessarily read Chinese overall to me.
The most Chinese thing about this dish to me is the plate itself.
Man, I just freaking screwed it up. I feel like I let myself down because I needed to nail this fish. Hopefully my teammates did a really good job, so I won't have to go to elimination.
This one, pork belly with lamb neck.
I really appreciate the citrus notes that are so prevalent in this noodle dish. Absolutely phenomenal.
This is a fine dining dish.
I'm on cloud 9 right now. I feel like I'm starting to finally step out of my comfort zone in this competition.
This one is a pork chop.
I mean, the pork is cooked perfectly. Pork and 5 spice is a great combination.
Visually outstanding. This young chef is creating next-level dishes time and time again. This individual took ground chili pork, stuffed inside the oyster mushroom and baked.
The mixture inside needs something to bind it. It's a little bit crumbly.
It's definitely a fine dining presentation. Love the crispy garlic. Looks great.
This beautiful piece of skirt steak was marinated. We were going to go down the sticky black rice. Unfortunately, the rice was sort of holding us back, so then we went into this fried rice.
Bold call with that rice. It's a little toothsome, but that's what this rice is supposed to be.
The beef is nailed. It's his best dish so far in the competition.
Sweat off my brow. I am so relieved. That black rice. I'll never cook with it again.
This is the sea bream. This was a bit of a mishap that came back to become a hit. Handmade noodles, can I point out? Beautifully stretched, rolled, and done with such authenticity.
Fish is cooked perfectly. This is a dish that looks simple, but it's packing so much flavor.
The broth is wonderful. Handmade noodles, stretchy and chewy. It's a wonder.
To put your heart and soul into a dish, it's a beautiful feeling to have that recognized, and I'm just so happy.
Shall we move to the basement?
We have crispy orange glazed frog's legs.
Picking frog's legs in the basement, tall order.
I've cooked a lot of frog legs in my life. This is phenomenal.
They are delicious.
Over here, we have a chili broth with a char siu glazed crispy squid.
Visually, it looks breathtaking.
The squid itself is perfectly cooked.
This is a cod cheek and tofu fried rice with XO sauce.
Presentation is a little bit embarrassing. There's a very sugary, sweet, weird taste here.
My palate's a little bit blown out from that flavor.
A shame.
If I get put up for elimination, I have the next level immunity pin. It could be time to use it.
Over here, we have a vegetable fried rice with glazed eggplant and a fried egg.
So no protein. Except
No
egg.
protein.
All right, here we go, Chris.
Eggplant, delicious. The big issue I've got with this dish is that rice is undercooked.
I am pretty angry, honestly. I think that I'm going into the elimination. I screwed up, plain and simple.
Shame. In front of us, you can see some great highs and some definite lows. We need to discuss this. Please, all of you, give us a minute.